Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Just making this quick video before I head off to work. So I want to clear something up from yesterday's video about employees and employers paying more money, things of that nature. See, I want to tell you guys how I see things through my lens, and maybe I wasn't clear enough. But to me, it's not about a livable wage, a living wage, minimum wage, or whatever. However we want to frame it. My opinion, from the way I see things, is that the way I see it through my lens, and this is my opinion, which I'm free to have, and you guys are free to have your opinion, is that everybody, everybody just don't want a livable wage. They just don't want a wage that they can pay their bills. In my opinion, from what I see in society today, everybody thinks they deserve to be paid more money. Most people just feel this way, in my opinion. They just feel because they're living, just because they're working a job, they feel they deserve more money. And again, when you don't have any viable skills or a trade or specialization or bringing some type of value to the company, again, why do you feel that you should make all this money? That's the point that I wanted to hammer home. That's how I see things. Because I know people. I honestly don't think people are just satisfied with being able to have a living wage or just being able to pay their bills. I don't think individuals are just satisfied with that. I think they want individuals that I see, that I deal with, that I hire, that I interview. I interviewed someone a couple of weeks ago that told me they wanted $25 an hour. Granted, we are in the state of Indiana. The minimum wage, the federal minimum wage is $7.25, but most people in Indiana most companies pay 12, 13, 14, like in restaurants and retail stores, places like that. They're paying at least anywhere from 10 to 15, somewhere in that area. Like in my travel stop, we start off at 16 an hour at my travel stop. But I had someone come in and ask for $25 an hour, and I basically said, this is a retail operation, right? You know this is a retail operation, right? We don't start people out at $25 an hour. And so the interview pretty much ended right there. And then it was like, well, I'll settle for 20. And I said, thanks, we don't pay that. So that's your salary expectations. Then we don't need to go any further in this interview. Sorry. But to me, that's what I see today. When I see people crying, moaning and groaning and bitching on the internet, on TikTok, on YouTube, whatever, it's always about their attitude is, I need to be paid more money. And that's just not reality. It's just not reality. You're not going to make more money just because you are alive and you're working a job and you don't have anything to offer. Further than that, you're not going to make more money. It's just not going to happen. So, like I said, everybody's entitled to their opinion. I'm entitled to my opinion. That's how I see things. Because like I said yesterday, When I started Steak and Shake at $5.25 an hour when I was 18 years old, $5.25 an hour when I was 18 years old, and if all I did, because I know people like this, is just bounce around from restaurant to restaurant, not really gaining any skills, not really developing my professional career, I wouldn't deserve to make what I make right now. I wouldn't. What would I have to offer a company? What would I have to offer a company? Nothing. I wouldn't have anything to offer. Nothing at all. So with no skills and no viable specialization, like right now, I figure, I specialize in restaurant and retail management. I have a specialty. I know how to run those industries, and I get paid because I know how to run those industries. That's just the bottom line. And I get paid well to do that. But like I said, like I see it, I think individuals expect large wages because they think they deserve it. And I still don't feel like you deserve it just because the cost of living is going up either. I don't feel like you deserve it just because the cost of living is going up. You still have to have something to offer. You still have to bring something to the table. What are you bringing to the table that's valuable to that company? What? Just you, yourself, and that's it? I'm just me, myself, and I, and you should pay me more money? It just doesn't work that way. It just doesn't work that way, guys, and we all know this. But, like I said, that's my opinion. You guys, welcome to your opinion. And you guys have a great day. This is Frank, and I'm on my way to work. I'm out.